I realize a lot of students reading the instructions sometimes and you say, why are you doing this? You're not following the instructions. I really want to graph the line. All right. And someone says, how are you going to graph that line? In the method that I've always been doing it, and I'll put a little line over here, a table, X and Y, and I'd pick an easy Y value, Y to be 0, and again, I'm using this equation here. If Y is 0, X would be minus 2. Next up, let's take a look at that. I'd probably pick 4 to be Y. It's an easy number. What do you get? 3 minus 2, which is 1. So I'm going to graph the line with those 2 points down. All right? And what would you get there? Let's see. Minus 2, 0. So put this over here. 1, 2. That's pretty simple, right? And then 1, 4. So 1, and then go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put this over here. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. That's wishful thinking, by the way. It's over here somewhere. So I'm going to kind of trace up and do my best job at drawing it in there. And I'm going to say, it's not a bad job to do that. You graph the line out, but you didn't really do what they said to do, all right? So I'm going to say I'm done with that. That's one way of doing it, all right? Maybe it's not the most accurate looking picture, but it's good enough. I got 2 points down, and I graphed the line out. So I want to do it in the way they're asking me to do it, which is using the slope and the y-intercept. And the way I'm going to do that is multiply both sides by 4. I get 4x equals 3y minus 8. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 8 to both sides. I get 4x. Let's see, minus, boy, what do you get there? That's plus, isn't it? Not minus. Plus 8 equals 3y. And I'm going to say y equals, what do you get there? You get 4/3 of an x plus 8/3. All right? And the problem with this over here, I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do, but the problem is this, that you're really starting from a position along the y-axis because they want you to use the y-intercept. And I'll write this over here. The y-intercept is when x is 0, you would get 8/3, which is a fractional number, by the way. All right, what's 8/3? 8/3, it roughly goes in, 2, right? That's 6 and 2/3. All right, so if I did that, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 2/3, right about there. I want to point out that's here. Same thing, 2 and 2/3, right? Same thing, right? The problem for I'm going to say a lot of students, but for everyone is doing this slope business here, because I want to tell you what the slope is. The slope is 4/3. What does that mean? Well, if you get the y-intercept, you must count up 4 and then over 3. All right? Count up 4 and over 3. All right, let me point out what I mean by that. You're counting up 4 and over 3. Let me do that for you. Over 3 from 0 would be 3. Up 4 from 8/3. Let me write this down for you. 8/3. What's 4? It's 12/3. That's 20/3. Right? Now, certainly, I'm going to say if you did that, up 3 and then 20/3, what is that? That's about 7, isn't it? So I'm just going to ballpark it. I'm going to say, up 4 over 3, somewhere over here somewhere. Now, granted, my gut feeling is I realize what they said. I just did what they asked me to do. But the bottom line is, please try to concentrate on simple numbers to graph a line. What's simple numbers for most students? It's really the integers. The integers really are very nice. Can you deal with fractions? Yeah. There's a point to it, though. I would try to avoid fractions if you can. Thank you.